Okay, and now it's setting up the meeting, custom streaming. I'll check on my phone, make sure that it's live. Okay, let's see. Okay, everybody, if anybody can see us, I'm here with Marley Jacks. Say hello. We are live, and hopefully you guys can see us. I'm just going to do a quick test over here and see if we are live in the group. Let me check this out real fast, make sure this is working. And let me just go to the new posts here. Yes, I believe we are live. Okay, great. So I'm going to start letting everybody in who's waiting on the webinar. So we are live, and let me just go back over here, multitasking here, and let me let know we got a whole bunch of people in the waiting room. So let me start letting them in. Okay. So welcome everybody. If you guys are watching us, Christina Rowe here with Marley Jacks. We are so excited to be here today, and let us know where you're from in the comments. We'd love to see where you guys are at today. So just put in the comments where you're from. See a lot of people here. I'm just hitting the admit button to let everybody in here. See admit all. There we go.
Hello,
I see Molly, Nancy, Maria, Carol, Trisha, Elena, Pauline, Cindy, Amy. Hi, Amy. Great. Let us know in the chat if you could hear us and if you can see us and where you're from. Just want to make sure everybody can hear and see us. So I don't see anybody in the chat. Make sure the chat settings too are set. I don't see anybody putting anything in the chat yet. If you guys hear us, just put in the chat, yes, that you can hear us. See and hear you from Hawaii. Wow. Hi, Jess. Lynn, thank you. Yes. Excellent. Great. Yes, everybody, here we go. Now everybody's putting the comments in. That's great. Can see and hear from California. Sheila, Elaine from Arizona.
The comments in Zoom? I don't see comments yet in Zoom.
I see them in Zoom under the chat, the meeting chat on the bottom. I don't know if you can see that.
I wonder if people, like when you're sending messages, make sure that it says to everyone in meeting.
Oh, okay. Are you guys? Oh, they're giving me direct messages. So
yeah,
guys,
so then you're seeing, I want to see your messages too, guys.
So guys, yeah, just put in, just to everyone, make sure your settings are on everyone. For some reason, everybody's on a direct message right now.
That. Yeah. So right above where you type in the message, where it says everyone, like there's that little drop down blue box that says who you're sending it to. If you click to everyone in meeting, that way I can see it too, which I want to make this so interactive. I want to be able to communicate with you guys, do some Q&As and see your big takeaways and epiphanies you're having. So I would love to see your comments there too.
Great. Wonderful. Excellent. Okay. So yeah, if you guys can put those comments in, this way we can all see. Let's see. We still see some direct. They're going straight to everyone is not an option. Oh, that's interesting. We can't pick everyone. I wonder what's going on with that. That's interesting. Why would that's never happened before? Maybe is there a settings here that I can fix? That is so weird.
Yeah.
My goodness, that should definitely not be happening. That should be going into, guys, does anybody know why any Zoom people there that are, it's not allowing us to change? South Africa, Sharon, wow. If anybody here know how to change that setting in Zoom, I've never had this happen before. We did not have the chat open to everybody. That's really weird. And I'm looking here in the settings here, and I don't see any way to fix that. Let me just go back to the chat, maybe see if there's, if I open it up here. Okay, I'm seeing the chat.
If you go into the back end of Zoom, like go to zoom.us and go into where you made the meeting, there might be a setting there that you can just check off.
Yes. Okay, great. So you know what? I'm gonna let you you've got the screen, right? Let me let you hello everybody. Let me start recording this. So just welcome everybody. I'm here with Marley Jacks, and we are so excited to be here. She is absolutely amazing. She has over 100,000 YouTube subscribers. She got them 9 months, which is incredible. She's filmed a documentary. She is an award-winning film producer and a content strategist. So hi, Marley. I'm so happy that you're here and excited for today.
Excited for today. Thanks, guys, for joining me. I know that we got a bunch of people in Zoom, and we also have a bunch of people on Facebook and everywhere, and just so happy you guys are here. Thanks for joining me today. We still have tons of people coming in, so I might stall for a little bit of time. Would love to get to know you guys. Please put in the chat. I know we're working out some of the chat logistics, but if you can share with me in the chat, tell me who you are, where you're coming from, what kind of business you have. If you guys are currently on YouTube or on Instagram, or what kind of content, like tell me a little bit about you guys while we're getting more people into the Zoom. And gosh, okay, awesome. We have Carol here, Sheila, Amy, hello. More people joining us like crazy. This is awesome. Well, guys, I'm really excited to share this presentation with you today. I'm thrilled that you have chosen to spend your time with me, your most important non-renewable resource that is time. And I don't take that lightly. I never want to waste my time, never want to waste yours. And thanks so much, Christina, for having me. It's so fun to be here. And I'm excited about what we're going to talk about today, because an hour from now, you will have the keys to becoming the icon of your industry. Now, why would you want that? Well, imagine that in just a few months, your name could be the one that everyone in your industry is talking about. You become the respected, trusted leader in your field, the category king or queen. But this isn't a dream. My name is Marley Jackson. That's what I do for a living. I turn people into industry disrupting icons through their content. If you want that, can someone put in the chat icon? Just blow up the chat with icon. I want to see that we got a lot of icons here. And I just want to get a feel for how many people we have here that would be interested in that. Like, would becoming more famous for the right reasons or getting lots of attention to your business help your business? Awesome. I see we got a lot of icons in the chat here. Awesome. Love to see that. Well, guys, you're going to be recognized as the industry leader, all thanks to disruptive content. I help people create disruptive content that allows them to separate themselves from everyone in the industry and become a category queen or category king. But why should you trust some random lady from the internet? Well, let me introduce myself. My name is Marley Jax, and my team and I consult with some of the top names in the industry and turn them into icons, into household names, and inevitably successful entrepreneurs with content empires that allows them to convert their influence into currency. So that's what I do. Chances are you don't really care too much about me. You care about what you do. And here's the thing, I guarantee that the world also cares about what you do. So what I'd like to do in this training is show you how to get your message out there in a way that you won't just blend in with the crowd. I'd like to show you how to create iconic, constantly talked about content and marketing campaigns that can disrupt any industry or niche, but without flooding the internet with the same old content that's just like everywhere. It's a sea of sameness. Do you know what I mean? And just to be clear, we're going to be talking today about creating disruptive content to become the face of your niche. So this is not for people who want to be average. This is for the 1% who want to build a brand with a legacy through organic content. Put a 1 in the chat if that's you. I know we're working on the chat so that it's not just direct messages. We're going to make it so everyone can see it. Christina's working on some of that, but feel free to put a 1 in the chat. That sounds like you. Yes, I see a bunch of people. Crazy money-making lady. I love the names in here too. This is awesome. Matisha says yes. Zandra, Ibel, Nina. Yes, I got so many 1s in the chat. Yes, love it. And for people that also want to stop being left in the hands of unpredictable paid ads, blow up the chat with some more 1s if that sounds like you. You don't want to be stuck with Zucker sucker. Nothing wrong with ads, but just if they're your only source of lead gen, you know, your hands are tied a little bit. Yeah, I see a lot of 1s for that. That's a big one for sure. Yeah. So out of respect for your time, I don't want to waste another minute. I want to jump straight into what I prepared for you, okay? Most of the people would think that I would come in here and share some tips like, well, just, you know, use organic content to grow your audience and know your audience and dial in your niche and find keywords that people are already searching for and just make content about that, right? Just hook, story, offer. Just have a strong call to action, send to a funnel, collect $1 million. Done, right? That advice used to work. It did. But have you noticed that when things work, this crazy thing happens? Everyone does it. And then it becomes plain old vanilla status quo bandwagon crap, like real fast. So let me share my screen with you so you can see this presentation I put together for you. All right, click on slideshow. And then I also want to make sure that I can see the chat. Still see all your faces. I love when I can see those cameras on too. Love it. All right, we got everyone here. Perfect, perfect. Did you guys know that only 1% of YouTube channels ever reach 100,000 subscribers? 1%. 1%. So I thought about that exactly a year ago when I was frustrated that I've been building my channel for years, since 2016. So it was exactly a year ago that I was about at 40,000 subscribers that I was like, what the heck? How can I get to this big milestone of 100,000 subscribers? Well, if only 1% of channels get there, we know that to have what the 1% have, we must do what 99% are not willing to do. So take a look a year later, look at this jump. Whoosh, my channel reached 100,000 subscribers using the same strategies that I'm about to show you. And the best part about that is that my kids think that I'm just the coolest. The second best part is that content like this opens doors for you that paid ads can't, in terms of sustainable lead flow, speaking engagements, media attention. Because if you're a smart marketer, you're probably thinking subscribers are cool, but I want buyers. Anyone here also want buyers instead of just subscribers? We don't want just subscribers. We want the result of the subscribers. Heck yeah. Awesome. I see the chat feature is working now. Awesome. You guys can switch your chat so it says everyone in the meeting. That way everyone can see our comments, including me and Christina. Thanks, Christina, for fixing that. Here we go. All right, so that's what this entire presentation is about growing your business through YouTube, through disruptive content. With even if you're not on YouTube, this content can translate into Instagram, in TikTok, in Pinterest, in whatever platforms you're on, because disruptive content is a concept about getting attention to your business. And by doing what the 99% can't and don't know how to do, and therefore won't have the levels of success that you will. And just a disclaimer, guys, having 100,000 subscribers is an arbitrary number. You do not need to have a lot of subscribers to make a lot of money. There are YouTubers with massive followings who don't know how to monetize. And we also have clients with very small followings, even in the hundreds or a few thousand subscribers, who are making millions of dollars. Okay, so what I'm about to show you is called the DC approach, which stands for disruptive content approach. This is unconventional. This is an unapologetic way of building a brand on YouTube, on any content platform, to position your authority among the 1% of industry leaders, the category kings and queens. And by the way, guys, anytime I say something that you're interested in, that you're like, yes, I want that, please throw some ones in the chat. It like really fuels and inspires me to know that things are landing for you, or that you love this. It's also it's a great way to cement your knowledge by sharing a takeaway as you have it. So if I say something that you're like, that's a writer downer, write it down in the chat, because someone else might get a big epiphany from it. And the big epiphanies might also be from what you share. Awesome. Cool. I love it. Because guys, with this new system, you're not just attracting an audience, you are magnetizing a mob of diehard, ready to buy prospects who would climb mountains to work with you. Yes, I see some ones in the chat for that, for sure. And that is all by creating iconic content and going against the algorithm. Ooh, what does that mean? Yes, we are talking about going against the almighty algorithm. This concept is unconventional, which is probably why most of your competitors are not bold enough to use this approach. Yet what I'm going to show you today is so transformational for brands. You will be able to not just sell a thing, but sell anything and be able to name your price, charge anything you want. And I know that's a big promise, which of course I'm going to continue to back up multiple times over the course of this training. Cool? Should we dive in? Can we get some ones in that? We are the rebels. Let's see some ones or some yeses in the chat. Woo! Love it. Who can like throw the most ones in the chat? Who can blow up the chat with the most ones? Let's see it. Love it. Okay, so you need to know that at the core, there we go, there it is. At the core of the DC approach, there are 3 content elevators that I'm going to share with you over this training. This has led to me making $3.2 million in sales for my business, and of course growing. And I have been obsessed with testing and perfecting this system and making sure that it works in almost every single industry. And with what I'm going to share with you today, my goal is to give you all the tools and the resources and put you in the position so that you are one of the go-to experts in your space. What would that mean for your business? If people saw you and was like, that's the leader of the industry, that is the icon of the industry, Heck yes, that's what I want for you. And then when people show up on calls for your business, they are already sold on what you have to offer. They're eager to work with you, which changes the game for sales calls, right? It makes them so much easier, even enjoyable. Like I can't remember the last time. Oh, I'm hearing some audio somewhere. Mute you guys. Thanks. Awesome. I can't remember the last time that I was on a call with someone who hadn't already binge watched my content with their minds made up that they're like, yes, I trust this person, ready to go. Like, wouldn't that be amazing to have that in your business? That's what I want for you. With this relationship, there's no need for marketing ploys or pushy tactics. You don't have to convince people to become customers because they already know, like, and trust you. All you have to do is pick and choose who you want to be working with. Sounds cool, doesn't it? Yeah, I'm seeing some more ones for that. Guys, I've been in this game for almost a decade. I haven't seen anyone else teach anything remotely similar to this, at least to my awareness. So if you are genuinely hungry to the point that you want to make a name for yourself, to be recognized in public, or have a continuous stream of leads and lay down some lasting legacy ROI. I love it. Carol's like, I can't wait. You are exactly in the right place. Buckle up, lean in, throw some ones in the chat. Let's see maybe some fire emojis. I love it. Let's go. First things first, one important thing that I need to tell you, and I feel like not many people would tell you this, but I feel I owe it to you. Here's the real truth about content. Building an iconic legacy brand takes time and effort, right? That's not surprising. Like the strategies I'm going to share with you today, they work not just for me, but for other businesses as well in all kinds of industries. But we're playing a really important game here that is the long game. The long game takes time and effort. That's something that so many people don't want to hear. I read this post on Twitter the other day, and this guy confirmed what I'm talking about. He said, this is the truth that we're dealing with. My slides are a little slow. Let's go. There we go. This is the truth we're dealing with. I spent a weekend at a mastermind with business owners generating $500,000 a month minimum. My biggest takeaway is everyone wants to own a business built on organic traffic rather than paid ads. The problem is no one wants to write organic content every single day for 3 years. So guys, what this means is that the number one biggest moat inside of your business is your ability to deliver bucket loads of premium value content to your market. And if this is a struggle for you and you know that you need to establish unquestionable top of mind awareness in the market, you are in the right place. We're going to cover a lot in this training. Okay. Can you guys do me a favor? This is what I've been waiting for. I love to hear that. So guys, do me a favor. I'm going to run through a bullet point list of all the things that I want to cover in this training that I think you guys want to create in your business. And every time I do, can you please put a 1 in the chat? Just blow up the chat every time I say something that you're like, yes, I want that. Okay. I'm going to list off a few things, put in a 1 or some emojis in the chat. Okay. Number 1, how I was able to take my business from 6 figures in debt to making multiple 7 figures in revenue year after year, largely thanks to disruptive content and YouTube. Ooh, yep. Yes, I want that. Here we go. Lots of ones. How business owners inside of our inner circle are using an unapologetic approach to content to become an undeniable icon of their industry and be in complete control of their lead generation. Oh yeah. Yeah, baby. Why disruptive content is the perfect place for business owners who want to reach more people, create a bigger impact, and deliver mind-blowing results to their clients, which works in almost any market. So anyone here that's like, will this work for me? Stay tuned. I'm going to prove it to you. And lastly, how to consistently and predictably attract clients that you love working with, even if you don't have thousands of subscribers and hundreds of videos. I can't even keep up with all these ones. Yes. I got some more for you too, if you guys are into this. What the 1% of business owners on YouTube know who get the best opportunities, the best money, and the best clients that 99% of the always hustling business owners don't. And why clients that come from this strategy can be way more fun to work with, pay the most, get the best results compared to clients that come from sporadic lead gen methods such as ads, social media, networking, and even referrals. Cool? Guys, the chat is like blowing up like crazy. I think we are all in the right place. I'm so glad you're here. So let's keep this going. I was able to take my business from 6 figures in debt to multiple 7 figures in revenue in just 3 years. I've received 3 Two Comma Club awards from Russell Brunson for generating over $3 million in sales through ClickFunnels. I spoke at Funnel Hacking Live in front of more than 5,000 business owners on why YouTube is the best channel for building a legacy brand and creating a steady, consistent flow of leads to your business. I've worked with names like Damon John from Shark Tank. Any Shark Tank fans here? Anyone love Shark Tank? Love Russell? Yeah, he's so great. I love Shark Tank, such a fun show. LinkedIn has flown me out to their studios in California to train their people on how to increase their sales and customers through video. And since 2016, I haven't seen anything work better than YouTube for consistently driving high quality leads to your business. And I want to asterisk that. High quality, guys. The best leads come from YouTube. Okay, in the last few months, I released 2 videos, just 2, that brought my channel to 100,000 subscribers. 2 videos. The first one was featured in 2 film festivals and won Best Social Short at the Manhattan Film Festival and one again at the LA Documentary Film Festival. Got invitations to large speaking engagements and interviews on big name podcasts, which helped me to scale my business, get a ton of publicity for my brand, and find even more high level opportunities. Yeah, we can throw some ones in the chat for that. Heck yeah. What? I know. So what I'm saying is if you want to get better clients, higher paying clients, and scale your business, positioning you as the undeniable category king or queen, the icon of your industry, without hustling for 12 hours a day and sacrificing time with family and burning out, then YouTube disruptive content is the way to go. Can I get some more ones in the chat for that? Heck yes. I hear some audio again. Maybe Christina, if you can check on someone's mics there. Cool. The other day I got this notification, this message from a client. Oh, here it is. Got it. This is my client, Doug. He said, we have over 1,000 people registered for our next webinar, filled to 1,000 people in 3 weeks, all coming from YouTube. This is just one of the big wins that we see every day with our clients. So like I said, if you want more and better clients, disruptive content is the best tool you can leverage. I love seeing this in the chat. I want that. You're blowing up the chat with emojis and ones. Thank you. This is so fulfilling to me. It gets me all hyped up and fired up to give even more to you. So thank you. However, there's one thing I want you to keep in mind, okay? The unconventional YouTube strategy that I'm going to share with you today may not work for you. Ooh, why do I say that? Because sure, this system works for any product in any niche, but the results you get from it will depend on what you put into it, just like anything, right? Many people will probably come here thinking, oh, I just want to get rich quick thing. They watch this presentation, they forget about it the next day, and they move on to the next thing. So let me tell you something. If you are looking for a drive-by and you're not willing to commit to this strategy, chances are this won't work for you. If you think that you just like create a few low effort videos and just become an overnight success, woo! Well, unfortunately, things don't work out like that. Because if you want to become the face of your industry, become like the next Hormozi or the next Gary V of your niche, then you have to be willing to put in the work, right? Make sense? Commit to the strategy. Heck yes. When it comes to content, we always say be obsessed or be average. And we're obsessed with your outcome. That's why you won't find anything like this anywhere else. Because while 90% of coaches will talk about instant gratification, we only go for real long-term results. Legacy ROI results take time, just like anything else worth it in life, right? If you think about it, the most successful and iconic people are the ones who are obsessed with the outcome. I love this. Hashtag obsessed, committed, obsessed, not just going through the motions, both in business and in their content. Take Mr. Beast, for example. You guys know this guy? If you don't, your kids do for sure. Did you know after posting 100 videos, he only had 760 subscribers? Now he has 200 million subscribers. The status quo marketers would have given up before even hitting 100 videos, but not Mr. Beast. He played the long game, the only game worth playing. Can you imagine if he gave up early? He would have been able to impact all these people all around the world, like cure 1,000 people's blindness, help 2,000 amputees walking in. How many of you guys here created your business so you can make an impact in people's lives? That you're not here to do a few quick little effort gimmicks and then give up if it doesn't work right away, because there's people that need you, right? Including your family. Impact, amen. He has been able to change so many lives around the globe. Plus, he's made a heck of a lot of money, close to $1 billion right now. Or who knows this guy? A lot of entrepreneurs here, so I imagine you do. This is Hormozi. A perfect example of someone who can sell anything. Do you guys see the big training? He did 500,000 registrants for live training, a world record, and people clamoring for a hat. He sold a hat that came along with his books on this call. Hormozi, when he started creating content, he had a game plan, a 10-year commitment to the craft. He hit the 1 million subscriber mark in under 2 years. 2 years. That is not an overnight success story. That is grit, perseverance, and commitment. When you commit to the long game, you show up differently. You create with a purpose, not for a payoff. And eventually, you'll still get both. It's not a matter of if it will happen. It's a matter of if you will keep at it until it does. Okay, and I know that you are not status quo. You wouldn't be here if you were. So let's put some ones in the chat if you're not aiming to be average. Okay, let me see those ones. Blow up the chat with some ones if you are not average. Oh yeah. So many ones in the chat for that. So guys, moral of the story is, if you want to see results with what I'm going to share with you today, and not just any results, we're looking for absolutely groundbreaking legacy ROI type results, and you have to be consistent and bold and obsessed with the result. You guys cool with that? I see a lot. I won't quit. I am unstoppable. I love this, Carol. All right. I know you already are, because if you were here, it means you care about your business, you care about your team, your clients. And the good news is that when you put in the work, the results are massive. Check this one out. Case in point, Chris Abbott, he's a great friend and client of mine. He came to me about 2-3 years ago. He helps pastors and churches. And at the time, the pandemic had shut down all of his churches. How many here were affected by the pandemic? I should see tons of ones in the chat for that. Pretty sure all of us were, right? His business was practically dead. So when he came to me, he was in a very dicey situation. Yep. Oh, a lot of us were affected, huh? He had less than $2,200 to his name. Ugh. Many people would have said that Chris was a lost cause, but check this out. There we go. I did not know this at the time. He only told me this months later, which is crazy. But even though Chris was pretty much broke, he was 1,000% committed to the strategy that I'm going to share with you today, which allowed him to enroll 2 new clients for a total of $11,000 within 3 weeks of taking action. And he had less than 100 subscribers at the time. So what I want you to get from this is that small channel size, small following is an excuse that has been holding you back until today. Okay? Agreed? Can I see some emojis in the chat for that? The very next month, he made $82,000 with a brand new YouTube channel. Yeah, we can see some more ones in the chat for that. How encouraging is that? Chris says that the difference between people who come through YouTube and paid ads is night and day. People would come like shields up, skeptical, unwilling to answer questions, and wouldn't be as interested in what he had to offer from ads. But people that came through YouTube, on the other hand, would show up on calls literally thanking him for all the amazing content he's putting out, because by the time they book a call with him, they're already sold on what he has to offer. They've already binge watched most of his videos. They show up on the call while it's open, ready to work with him. And just 3 years, he scaled to $4 million. Can we blow up the chat with some ones for that? Some like virtual applause for Chris there. Ones are for winners. And when we recently met, he said that my approach to YouTube changed his life, which was a very deep moment for me. Pretty touching, right? And Chris is not alone in these results. Many other business owners saw game-changing benefits of disruptive YouTube content. Here's Mary Adkins, who more than doubled her usual enrollment to her high-ticket program. She gets 1 qualified application for her program every 2 days organically. And when I say qualified, I mean her YouTube leads have a 60% acceptance rate. And she says here she's overwhelmed by the success. Her normal enrollment is 6 per month. And this month she was at 19 so far, with more joining over the next few days. Here's Trey Bearer, who went from having a Facebook group, which was barely driving any leads, to now people, he says, come to him begging him to join his program. He says here, someone paid $9.97 without even getting on the web class. They said, I've been watching your content and I just want your academy. The business partner here says we're at $48,000 in 4 weeks. So cool. Nikki got 50,000 in sales from her in the first week in the program from 1 post. Can you imagine generating $50,000 from 1 post? And guess what? You can just do that post over and over again. Edit the post We have more where that came from. Dr. Lauren Duroy, she's been consistently making over $10,000 every month with the help of our YouTube strategies, and she's on track to hitting her first $50,000 in a single month. Cool. What I've been given to share with the world is crying for. Yes, you guys are my people. Christina, thank you for having me here today. I love this energy. Like, you guys are amazing, and this is exactly who this content is created for. People who want to make a massive impact and know that the world is on fire and needs your help. How? Let me help you. Here we go. Oh, you there, Christina?
Yes, I'm here. Yes. No, I love it. I mean, it just goes to show you making such a great point about how, the fact that with ads, when you said that, that really struck me because, ads, everybody is skeptical. And when you have a warm audience that follows you and knows, likes, and trusts you, it makes such a difference. That alone, it should be such a takeaway for everybody, to know that it's building that trust, and people on YouTube have that, when you're following somebody. So just love it. Amazing.
Yes, with leads like this, you need less leads to make more money because by the time they come to you, they are intimate. They already know you, which I'm going to tell you more about soon. So that said, how would your life and business change if you became like the legend of your industry, generating a consistent flow of high quality clients that are coming to you every single day? You don't have to be the one that's you're hustling and trying to go hunt and find them. What would that mean for you? Like, can we just dream for a second? Right in the chat, what would that allow you to be able to do? Like, for me, I wanted to buy my dream house. I wanted to be able to take my family on vacations. I wanted to be able to set my own schedule so I could take my kids to school, or maybe just some days play hooky and go to the water park. My kids love the water park. Work from anywhere, freedom. Yes. So, tons of amazing reasons here. Being able to homeschool my kids. Yes. I want that for you. So guys, here was my breaking point, which was actually the turning point. Maybe you've experienced something similar where you have this breakdown, but it ends up being your breakthrough. Let me tell you a little bit about this. It was 3 o'clock in the morning and I was crying. I was on the phone with my mentor crying about how devastated I felt because I had to let go of one of my employees. Anyone here ever have to let go of someone on your team before? You have to fire them because you can't make ends meet. That sucks, doesn't it? I didn't want to do that. It felt like a part of my soul would die for letting her go, but I knew I had to stop the bleeding. I was already 6 figures in debt. My business wasn't making any money. The webinar funnel we were running wasn't cutting it. I was dumping thousands of dollars into ads with nothing to show for it. The people who booked a call were nowhere near the dream client I wanted to work with. They were always skeptical, unwilling to answer questions, looking for a get-rich-quick scheme. I was burnt out, losing passion for what I was doing. It was no longer about reaching more people and making a bigger impact. I was in don't die mode. Anyone ever been there? Don't die mode? It was a matter of survival, unfortunately. Yeah. So I did what had to be done. I stopped the bleeding. And at that certain point, I was convinced that I just wasn't cut out to build a business. But then something totally unexpected happened. One lead came from YouTube. I had a YouTube channel at the time that I just recently put out this new style of video that this guy happened to find. And I was a little skeptical about leads coming in through organic, but I got on a call with that one person and I closed him for $15,000. Easiest sale of my life. And that's when I had this huge breakthrough. The people coming in from YouTube were way more qualified than those who came from Facebook ads. The leads from YouTube didn't need to be sold because by the time they booked a call, they'd already binge watched my videos. They wanted what I had to offer. And I know you probably think that scaling organic is hard and slow, but trust me, in my experience, good content beats ads big time. And guess what? Content is ads. If you don't have that as a framework for your ads are going to be a shot in the dark. So that's the first time I saw how powerful organic content is and YouTube for lead generation. But then something changed. Let me know if you also noticed this. YouTube became saturated, like a lot. When people saw the power of this platform, thousands of competitors started posting on YouTube. So today, if you want to really leverage the power of YouTube, you can't just post any videos. If it was like that, everyone would have a sea of clients. Today, YouTube is not enough. For the last decade, YouTube creativity has been shaped by marketing greats like Gary Vee, Alex Hormozi, but that's created a sea of content that looks exactly the same. You need to be able to stand out in the sea of sameness and differentiate yourself from the same old boring talking head content. And to do that, you need to be able to do what 99% of people are not willing to do, which is being disruptive, challenging the status quo, having your own customized and unapologetic brand fame formula to make a massive impact and profit. And when you do that, you've already pushed the wrong people away, the ones who wouldn't spend money with you anyway. Instead, you get on a call with someone from being a YouTube lead, you already know that they resonate with your message and your values. They've already binge watched your videos, which means that they know you, like you, and trust you. And this makes enrolling them as a client so much easier and effortless. There's no sleazy sales tactics, no arm twisting, no urgent offers. I can't remember the last time that I got on a call with someone that didn't know who I was, because right now I'm mostly talking to people who already want what I have to offer, which makes the whole sales process a whole lot easier, even enjoyable. I don't even call them sales calls anymore. We call them enrollment calls, because I'm only talking to people who already want to work with me. That is the power of disruptive content on YouTube. Once you use that, you really become the face of your industry. And if you think about it, that's how icons like Mr. Beast, Gary Vee, and Joe Rogan are able to sell anything to their audiences. They're so unapologetic with what they do and say that the sale is just like a natural consequence of their content relationship. I like to say that clients who come through YouTube disruptive content are similar to the clients that you get from referrals. They're aware of who you are and what you do. They resonate with your values. They believe that you can help them solve their problem, and they're willing to pay good money for it. The only difference is that getting referrals isn't consistent or predictable. Like 1 month you could be good. The next month you could be worrying about how you're going to pay the mortgage and your bills. No one wants to be there, right? Ooh. Whereas with YouTube content, you get the chance to build a consistent flow of high quality leads coming into your business almost daily. When you combine the power of YouTube with the power of unapologetic content that we designed to position you as the category king or queen, you have complete control over your lead generation. You become the industry leader. It allows you to pick the clients you want to work with. But just to pause for a second, because I hear this common elephant come up in these rooms. If you're wondering, do I need a big channel to make thousands of subscribers, or to make money, a channel with thousands of subscribers to make money from YouTube? And just out of curiosity, can you guys put in the chat how many YouTube subscribers you have, even if you're starting from zero? I love starting channels from zero. It's like blank canvas, so much room to grow. Love it. We got some 3,000, 0, 222, 36, a bunch of zeros. Yep. 300, no channel yet. Love it. Great. So the question was, do you need a big channel to make money from YouTube? Common question. Great question. I would love to answer your question. The answer is, whoops, why did my slides go crazy? The answer is no. Because the last time I checked, you can't deposit likes and subscribers in your bank account, right? There are big YouTubers with big followings that don't know how to monetize. The truth is, sure, it's helpful, but you don't need thousands of subscribers. I love this. Okay, 3,426, 453, no YouTube, tons of people with no YouTube channel, which means you are in the right place. Chris Abbott that I mentioned, he's one of our most successful clients, had less than 100 subscribers, 3 weeks into working with us, made $11,000 from 2 leads. The next month made $82,000, which is huge, with less than 100 subscribers. 2 years later, Chris now has a little over 13,000 subscribers, and he consistently makes 6 figures every single month with leads coming from YouTube. Another elephant in the room that we see is YouTube going to work for my business? So if you're thinking like, is it going to work for my niche? And also, by the way, why don't you put in the chat, what niches are you guys in? I'd love to see where you guys are coming from, what kind of businesses you're in. Maybe we can even brainstorm some brand fame formulas in the chat. My slides are going crazy here. What's happening? Just a second. A lot of people come into this thinking, well, my industry is special, and they see how YouTube will work for any other niche under the sun, but not for theirs. Most of my clients were thinking that before they saw the massive results that came through YouTube. For instance, Laura Alexis here, she's one of our amazing clients. She was very skeptical at the beginning of her YouTube. Her niche is very specific. She's in plastic surgery recovery. And so she wasn't really sure that she could get the right leads, but here she says she went from 0 to 6 figures with just one messaging and offer tweak that we gave her. She was less than 2 months in. She posted this recently saying, we officially increased revenue by 160% over the last month. Look at this. We see some music artist, health and fitness coach, health coaching delivery service, but we do it in costumes. Oh my gosh, that's so cool. Children's entertainment, spiritual manifesting healing. We've got some big clients with that. Holistic business, health coaches, lifestyle products, hair salons, med spas, Reiki. Oh, lots of incredible niches here, guys. And I love seeing all these industries in the chat. I get so many ideas for all the kind of disruptive content that we could create with this. And guys, with what's possible with AI these days, now is the time to disrupt and connect in a more human way than anyone else. And let me add this, there are over 2 billion unique users on YouTube every single month. So when someone asks me, is my audience on YouTube? Are you sure they haven't moved over to TikTok? Let's also consider the mindset someone is in when they're consuming TikToks. They're looking for quick entertainment. They're in line at the grocery store. They might even be on the toilet, just saying, okay? Right now, YouTube is the second most active social media platform after Facebook. So yes, your audience is on YouTube, and we've already established why Facebook isn't cutting it, because the leads are bad, okay? According to Mr. Beast, who is likely going to become YouTube's first billionaire, he says YouTube isn't going anywhere anytime soon, which makes this platform the best place for business owners who don't just want to chase leads, but have leads coming to you. If there is one place your audience hangs out, it is most likely YouTube. And when you implement the disruptive content approach, you hook the audience, the attention of a massive portion of your audience. You position yourself as an unwavering authority in the eyes of your dream clients and turn viewers of your content, of your channel, into a consistent flow of high-paying clients that you enjoy working with. Now, here's the part that we need to get real about. If YouTube is so powerful for entrepreneurs to generate high-quality leads to their businesses, why is it that 99% of entrepreneurs on YouTube cannot generate a consistent flow of clients to their business? Like we said, today you can't just post any video on YouTube. If it was easy, everyone would succeed with it, right? So the reason why the majority of businesses can't generate good leads from YouTube is one of 3 things, okay? We're going to go into it right now. Here we go. Number 1, they're afraid to be controversial with their content. Number 2, they're creating content for the algorithm. And number 3, they focus on instant ROI instead of legacy ROI. Let's break these down one by one, okay? Cool? All in? Can I get some emojis in the chat? Make sure you guys are still with me. Excited for this? Heck yeah, get some I see some ones. Yes, I love that. Blow it up. Here we go. All right, number 1 is that they're afraid to be controversial with their content. All right, do you know the number 1 reason why people don't click on a video? Like, why is it that they could see a video, but they will never click on it? Any guesses? Because they already know what it's going to be about. For most content creators, as soon as their audience hears them, they know what they're going to say. So they don't even click. Clicking on a video is an attention investment. Can somebody put in the chat attention investment, which is very valuable for people. So if your content is predictable, they'll never decide to invest their time and attention with you. That's why to have what the 1% have, you have to be willing to do what the 99% are not willing to do. The creators who are blowing up in their categories are the ones who embrace controversy. So here's an example. You know, CoffeeZilla. Anyone know who CoffeeZilla is? This guy has become a YouTube behemoth. Gary Vee is another great example. Yes, this guy has become a YouTube behemoth in the last couple of years by exposing scams and fraudsters. But he didn't get to 3 million subscribers by repurposing content that he just found on the internet. He could have done that, but he decided to go deeper than that. He interviews fraudsters. He does his own investigations, and sometimes down the road he gets threats or blackmailed for it. That's what we call being in the 1%. Let's just for a second back up. What are the 99% doing that we don't want to blend in with? What are the 99% doing? Feel free to put in the chat what the 99% are doing. The 99% are eager to fit in. There we go. There's my slides. But fitting in is failing. They're playing it safe. But playing it safe is risky. They're avoiding criticism. avoiding criticism is boring. Guys, the people who have projects that are never criticized are the ones who ultimately fail. If you think about people, businesses, and brands that are iconic, constantly talked about, they're not status quo. We have nothing to say about status quo. Audiences don't rave about ordinary. Now, I don't mean that you need to get sued or threatened for your content. And when I'm talking about being disruptive, it doesn't mean you have to go out there and be mean or be controversial in the sense that you are attacking anyone else. Who are some other public and historical figures that have been controversial? Martin Luther King, Gandhi, Mother Teresa, Jesus. Those were people that were willing to take a stand for what they believed in and willing to get criticism for it, and ultimately were the ones who were remembered. CoffeeZilla, just as that example, he has 3 million subscribers that are not just followers, they're more like diehard fans. Because when you create content that might be polarizing because you're taking a stand for something, you attract diehards, not just subscribers. Okay, and being bold comes with its own set of costs, like stepping out of your comfort zone, taking risks, going against the grain, being willing to fail, people not liking you. The real cost isn't what I said. The real cost is in the status quo. Put a 1 in the chat if you're allergic to being in the status quo. See that blow up with some ones. By the way, I love, feel free to put questions in the chat. I'll answer them as I can, but I'm also going to come to questions at the end. I see Purdy, you have a question. Or Pundy, so cool to see you. Little one in here. I will absolutely answer some questions for you guys at the end. Hello. So cool. All right, ready to move on to number 2? Number 2 here. The number 2 mistake is that, there we go. They're making content for the algorithm. What does that mean? Let me explain. One of the worst mistakes business owners can make on YouTube is that they are solely focused on creating content for algorithms. They spend so much time working on keywords and titles and tags and descriptions that they're thinking that SEO will drive more viewers and buyers to their business. And while that's true to a degree, most people on YouTube don't put the effort into creating quality content that's different from everything else out there. And the truth that I think you might want to write down here is that no amount of SEO can outdo a bad video. Okay? That's a writer downer. No amount of SEO can outdo a bad video, which is why 99% of business owners never see big results from YouTube. So if you want more people to find you and to drive more quality leads to your business and enroll better clients, you have to go against the YouTube algorithm instead of creating content for the algorithm. When you create content for the person watching your videos, at the end of the day, it's all about creating an experience for the people watching your content. You'll even hear me say, don't make videos, make experiences. The 1% of business owners on YouTube don't focus on the algorithm. They focus on creating amazing content for the viewer. They're so obsessed with creating quality content that it like hurts their soul to not create good content. Throwing something up and hoping that it hits is the wrong approach to creating a consistent flow of high quality clients to your business. Because if you don't put in the time, you don't get obsessed with producing quality content, then things are probably just not, you don't reach wild levels of success by just doing the bare minimum, which is what I'm here to help you do, to help you to create skyrocketing content that's going to make you a client magnet. Okay, there was a year where I did 5 videos a week because I was like, I'm committed. I'm making this incredible talking head content. I thought that this was the key to leads and fame and subscribers. Do you know what I got? I got burnt out. In that time, I also increased 20,000 subscribers, but check this out. In 2023, I put out 2 videos. I got canceled in fabricating a scandal, and we crossed 100,000 subscribers. We won awards at film festivals, featured in media, invited to large speaking engagements. Do you guys see the difference? That's why the 1% don't ask, am I going to be successful with this? They ask themselves, am I putting out enough quality content to be successful? And when I'm talking about quality content, and someone's asking here, do you need a lot of tech or equipment? My best equipment is this thing right here. How many of you guys have a phone that has a great camera on it? Do you know that Lady Gaga, Selena Gomez, their recent music videos were filmed on their iPhone? If it's good enough for them, it is good enough for you. Heck yes. Video editing software, there's free stuff iMovie, catchy graphics or thumbnails, Canva. Cool. That's why you got to be thoughtful and intentional about every single video you create. Because when you create content that's actually good, people in your niche will watch it. And we design your strategy so they continue to watch more of your videos, which means they're spending more time on YouTube. YouTube sees that and rewards you for it because then they start recommending your videos to more and more people. There is no other platform that is going to put your content in front of more people and actually pay you to do it. Okay? Which is how people are going to then find you, seek you out for your services. And that's how you build a consistent flow of clients coming to your business. Because you see what's going on here? When you go against the algorithm, you actually make the algorithm work for you. Because when you create good content for the viewer, you end up keeping more people on the platform. YouTube rewards you for this. It sends more people your way. However, if you're getting number 1 and 2 right, the last thing that you need to keep you into that YouTube success is this mistake is if people are focusing on instant ROI instead of legacy ROI. So we just talked about how important it is to have good content, right? Well, the YouTube creators who prioritize the algorithm over the quality of the video are focusing on instant ROI and leaving behind the legacy ROI. So what does this mean? Well, it's the difference between the one-hit wonders and the hit makers who endure long enough to create a legacy. Who comes to mind when I say one-hit wonder? Put in the chat. Who are some one-hit wonders that you can think of? I know people put in names like MC Hammer, Vanilla Ice, Macarena, Milli Vanilli. Yeah, a lot of Milli Vanilli. You guys all said that. Woo. Yeah. One-hit wonder. We don't want to be a one-hit wonder, right? Okay, here's a question. Do you guys know who this guy is? Morgan Spurlock. If you don't know him by his name, it's like half and half whenever I ask this. Half of you guys do, half of you guys don't. You might remember him by his hit. Who saw Super Size Me? 2004 documentary, took the world by storm. $65,000 budget, grossed $22 million. Academy Award nomination. Amazing, right? Oh yeah, right? But where has he been? Huh? Okay, so I made a little, feel free to screenshot this. I made a spreadsheet here on what actually makes a hit versus being a one-hit wonder. And so I'm just gonna give you 3 seconds to screenshot this. For timing, I gotta move on. 3, 2, 1. All right, who knows who this guy is? We all know who this guy is, right? Blow up the chat with some ones if you know who this is. Is it even possible for Tom Hanks to make a bad movie? Okay, so what's the difference between these two? Pretty obvious, huh? So there's a difference between creating a piece of content that generates a huge buzz and content that consistently disrupts the market. This is another one that you can take a screenshot of the difference between one-hit wonders versus constant hit makers, okay? It's about understanding your audience, the market. It's about being bold, taking risks, and offering something new and unexpected. But creating a buzz is just the beginning. The real challenge and the real opportunity is turning that buzz into a lasting legacy. And to do that, we need to think in decades, not days. We want to see each piece of content not as an isolated event, but as part of a larger narrative, a narrative that tells the story of your brand, your values, your vision. And buzz can be fleeting. It can come and go, but a brand is enduring. And that's what's going to make you iconic. This is how we want to talk about what you stand for, how we add value. So don't just think in terms of creating buzz, think in terms of building your brand. With legacy ROI, you can generate revenue off your name forever without having to hard sell with gimmicks or sleazy tactics, because everyone already knows who you are and recognizes your authority and credibility. So that's the difference between long-term impact over short-term gains. The long game versus and leaving a legacy over views and vanity metrics. Okay, so these are the 3 things that are stopping creators from generating high quality leads consistently on YouTube. And there is nothing better than YouTube disruptive content for your business. And also, because let's just look at some of the options you have right now. Paid ads versus YouTube. Paid ads, you got to pay for them. YouTube is free. Paid ads, people are skeptical when they show up on calls with you. YouTube, they've already binge watched your content by the time they get on those calls. Networking events versus YouTube, again, they can be free, but you got to pay for the events, pay for travel. It can be inconsistent. You don't have authority over the people unless you're the one speaking on the stage at the events. let's see, referrals, which both sides you get great clients, instant authority, but with referrals, it's inconsistent and unpredictable. With this, my whole goal for you is to be in control of your lead generation. My life and business has completely changed because of this approach. I have control over my lead generation efforts. I've scaled to multiple 7 figures in revenue. I love the clients that come through YouTube because they've already binge watched a bunch of my videos before they booked a call. So they already know, like, and trust me and want what I have to offer, which means the sales process is more like an enrollment process. I don't have to use sleazy sales tactics or come up with fake urgency offers to get clients. I used to be on a content hamster wheel. Who's been on the content hamster wheel when you're like, oh, I have to put out more content to get more leads, to get more clients? From this strategy, I have quit the hustle game. I regained my passion, and now I can easily make plans into the future knowing that I have a consistent flow of clients coming into my business. That's why I love YouTube. And honestly, it is so fun to create bold content on this platform because I know what it's like to look at content like it's a chore. It's taken my business to a whole new level. I've reached way more people. I've had a way bigger impact than before, and it's brought peace to my life. I don't have to hustle to just get a couple leads. I don't have people that talk to me like a used car salesman. And if there's something I don't resonate with, I just don't do it, which has made me so much happier. Can I show you one more part of this that's like, this is what builds a legacy brand that will create a positive impact for years and decades. Look at this. I have shot and produced hundreds of top-notch videos over the years that are generating me leads. But the cool thing is, if I stopped doing YouTube altogether, I'd still have high-quality leads coming to my business years down the line. You can't get that from any other platform or any ads. Like, check out this video. This is from 2016. This video is still generating me leads to this day. It has over 800,000 views. People are still watching it to this day, which means I'm getting fresh and new leads even today. And guess what? It took me 15 minutes to record. 15 minutes against hundreds, if not thousands of leads years down the road, and hundreds of thousands of dollars generated thanks to just this one video. And guys, you've seen I've made more videos since, right? Would you potentially trade 15 minutes today filming content that would potentially generate hundreds of even thousands of high quality leads down the road? Let me know if you would. Blow up the chat with some ones for that. Of course you would, right? Here's the thing though. Videos like this can take some time to incubate. And although you can see fast results like Chris Abbott, who made $11,000 within 3 weeks of doing this, YouTube is a long game and the only game worth playing. Take a look at these results. After his first call with us, Victor LaChica said he made $20,000 in the same week, over $100,000 since he started working with us. Jim made $32,000. Dr. Lauren Duroy consistently making over $10,000 every single month. Walter Terry hitting over his $1.5 million. Andy, who has this hockey stick growth. Anita saying her channel has grown over 1,000% in watch time and views, and so much more. Do you know what all of these people had in common? They all elevated their brands to be iconic through what I call the 3 content elevators. Do you guys want to see those 3 content elevators? Throw up some ones, blow up the chat with some ones for that. They were so highly positioned that no one could question their authority. And that's how they're able to scale their business through YouTube. And when you have these 3 content elevators in your YouTube strategy, it doesn't matter how many YouTube subscribers, even if you've posted 0 or 1,000 videos. Yeah, you guys want to see that? Heck yes, I would love to show you. Here we go. We're going to jump into the 3 content elevators. And after that, I'm going to show you how I can even help you to implement and install these for your business. So content elevator number 1 is to hook the attention fearlessly. So question for you. What does it mean to be disruptive? We've been talking about this whole time, right? It means saying what you think fearlessly and unapologetically, even if it's controversial, especially if it's controversial. Because when you're polarizing, when you're controversial, you're memorable. By taking a stand, you magnetically attract people who share your vision and resonate with your message. These are the people who will champion your cause, believe in your product, invest in this is your tribe. then conversely, you're going to repel those who don't align with your values. Because push-pull language is a good thing. Why would you ever make a business decision to water down your message for people who aren't in your audience? So getting both love and hate online is a good thing. I put out a documentary that Christina mentioned earlier that has won awards at film festivals. People loved it. People raved about it. Months later are still talking about it. But guess what? The people who hated it still are too. The conversation pushed it further than it would if it was just on its own, if it was just lukewarm, mediocre content. There is nothing worse than people saying, yeah, it's okay. So we aim for strong reactions, both positive and negative. It's not about controversy for controversy's sake, and it's not about being different for the sake of being different. Being disruptive is about challenging the status quo, pushing boundaries, and lighting a fire in people, encouraging them to think differently, empowering them to challenge their own boundaries, because people don't take action until they feel something. That one might be a writer downer for you. The best thing of all is that controversy hooks attention the right way, because unpredictability is what makes people click. The only way that you're going to grow your YouTube channel audience is by getting more people to consume your content. So it's less about being searchable and more about being clickable and people coming back consistently to your channel. So once you have your disruptive video content, use all the weapons you have in your arsenal that I'm going to teach you all about: your hooks, your pattern interrupts, your attention resets, languaging, so you can earn their attention and keep it. And this is what gets their eyeballs in every 5 seconds. So kind of just like the stand-up comedian that earns every laugh. If you think about it, he doesn't just have a good hook and a payoff at the end. The payoff doesn't matter if you've lost them 30 seconds in. So it's important to work on a good title and thumbnail, but that only gives you a minute of their attention. After that, it's all about keeping them with you. Who here wants some examples of some good hooks? Throw some ones in the chat if you want to see some examples of good hooks. You guys know what good hooks are? They're those, like, it's the first seconds or the subject line or the Facebook post that like grabs your attention. You're like, what? Like you have the little rubber neck. Like, what did that just say? All right, I'm going to give you some examples here. Mr. Beast's assassin video. I paid a real assassin to kill me. That is such an interesting topic. Like, anyone would watch that. Who would pay an assassin to hunt them down and kill them? Which is crazy, right? But it works. The Diary of a CEO podcast is also doing a great job with their video hooks. A scary new research about sugar. Oh, I wonder what that might be. So people can't help but click and watch the video. Who here would love my help with actually helping you to write your hooks for your business, no matter what niche or industry you're in, that I could come into your business and help you to write your hooks? You guys want that? Crazy money-making lady. I love your name. This is so fun. Would you guys like my help with that? Okay, stay tuned. I would love, this is like one of my favorite things to do. I'd love to help you with that. Let me get through this and I'll show you how, okay? Content elevator number 2 is to treat yourself like a media company. If you want to scale your brand to legendary level, then you can't just treat your YouTube channel like any other channel. You need to treat yourself like a media company. Even if you don't have big budgets, okay? But to be disruptive and challenge the status quo, you can't produce videos like everybody else. This means working on 3 areas of your video production, which is idea, structure, and process. This is the pre-production framework that I follow now with my YouTube clients. We modeled this based on Hollywood, because what better to model 1% YouTube content than the silver screen that makes stars born every year? So let me walk you through each one of them, starting with the idea part. The point is that you don't need better videos. You need better ideas. You can have an incredible video, but let's take some inspiration from Hollywood level ideas for your videos. And they don't have to be complex. They just have to trigger interest and emotion. Yeah, check out that video. And it might take you a couple attempts to really nail it, but trust me, when you learn how to ideate, you don't need to have the production quality. And if you're really struggling to find a home run for yourself, ask yourself, what's the story that you'd put, this is so funny, or a story that you'd put in your bestseller? And then answer that question to get some of those creative juices going. Then once you have that good idea, you need to nail the structure of your video. This is where we Netflix your video up. So I have 3 adjectives for you: bingeable, repeatable, and shareable. Make it so good that they want to binge watch your content like Netflix. Make it so good they'd want to watch it multiple times, or create it in a way that guides them through implementation, and then make it shareable. Inspire them and make them think of someone to share it with. Do you know the psychology behind sharing content? Write down in the chat, what would provoke you to share a piece of content that you randomly found online? When people share content, it's usually because a piece of content is successfully saying something that they couldn't say themselves. It represents their identity. People want to become the hero by discovering and sharing someone else's content. That's called virtue signaling. And we share stuff because it makes us look good. Like I saw a lot of things here. It's funny, it's humor, it was good. If I share a piece of content with Christina that makes her laugh, I made her laugh because I'm the one that shared it. If I share something that's informative, that was really smart, I'm smart because I'm the one that shared it. Okay, there's this little, that's the psychology behind it. Yes, so true. So to recap, bingeable, repeatable, shareable, that's how you structure your videos. And the last piece of the process you use, and again, you do not need to have Hollywood level budgets to imitate the Hollywood process. You can plan your content like Hollywood films and promote your content like Hollywood films. Like get your writers, your team together, get some friends together in a room for ideation, do a table read, create a call sheet for your filming, which I can teach you all about. And when it comes to promotion, roll out the red carpet. It's time to shout it out to the world with a proper plan. Don't just do the equivalent of like walking out your front door and shrug and be like, it's ready. Right? You guys wouldn't be here unless we promoted and said like, hey, we're doing this training today. This amazing video is coming. And like, this is how you treat yourself like a media company. Okay, and we have one elevator left, which is the most important one. And I'm going to share with you how I can help you to write your hooks and create content to build you into the icon of your industry. Content number 3 is think like the icons, which means ignoring the instant gratification, ignoring the vanity metrics, and focusing on your path of making every video memorable. So like Mr. Beast, like he had only 760 subscribers by the time he published his 100th video. Alex Hormozi got to 1 million in 2 years. When you commit to the long game, you show up differently. You create with a purpose, not for a payoff. And eventually, you'll still get both. And guys, when you think like that, it's not a matter of if it will happen. It's a matter of if you will keep at it until it does, because most marketers aren't willing to persevere until eventually. Most marketers aren't even willing to be disruptive and challenge the status quo. But if you're still following me here live today, it's because you're serious about upgrading your brand to becoming the icon of your industry. And with these 3 content elevators, this is going to bring your business to the next level. When you implement them in the right way, from now on, you can give whatever call to action you want and know that you're going to convert your audience into buyers. Your sales calls will look more like enrollment calls. People will literally be thanking you for putting this amazing content out there. Who wants that? You guys blow up the chat with some ones if this is stuff that you want. Like so many people think that you need to use these ninja marketing secrets to trick people into buying. But with this approach, that couldn't be further from the truth. You don't need any sleazy sales tactics to convince people to become your customers. You already have a great message. You have great content. Now you need to be consistent with a strategy that works. They already know who you are. They like you. They trust you. They already see you as the undeniable authority because you're positioned at the top of your industry. So enrolling them as clients will be the easiest part of all. There is no better feeling than showing up on calls with potential customers who have already binge watched all your videos, who trust you and want to work with you. They're willing to pay your highest ticket prices. Guys, put out number 1 in the chat if you want to implement these 3 content elevators to become the icon of your industry. These are the same strategies that our clients use to turn YouTube into a system for predictable lead gen, becoming a client magnet, so they can easily attract high quality clients that they enjoy working with. Like Chris is making $110,000 in monthly recurring revenue. Coral made $300,000 in sales. Lauren Duroy's consistently making $10,000 a month. We've covered a lot today. And if you implement everything that I share with you and be consistent with it, you'll not only end up scaling your business beyond what you could possibly imagine, your life will become so much more enjoyable too. Be able to work with clients that you enjoy working with, feel passionate about helping, and you don't have to worry where your next client is coming from because your content will be working for you and generating a consistent flow of high quality leads. So now you're ready to get your game to the next level. But one more thing that you need to keep in mind, okay? And this is very important. So pay close attention for just one more minute. You with me? Even for new businesses. Yes, a lot of my clients here had brand new businesses, brand new channels. When you apply the disruptive content approach, you have to create your own brand fame formula. Because let's be real, your business has specific needs and goals. So contrary to what most people think, you can't just do what 99% does, which is follow someone else's formula. You have to create your own, customized to your audience, your psyche, your own brand. That's the exact mistake that 99% of YouTubers made in the last few years. Like Gary Vee is exploding, let's just make content like his. Or Hormozi goes viral, let's just do everything he does. This is what's created the sea of sameness that we have now on social media. And that's why you need to create your own brand fame formula tailored for your business and not someone else's. And if it all seems too complicated or overwhelming, I want to give you something that's going to help you do exactly that, okay? But before I do tell you what that is, I want to give you total clarity on what you can do after this presentation, okay? By the way, to be disruptive or controversial, if the topic of the channel is serious and the ideal client is a serious business, my ideal clients are serious business owners. My disruptive content is teaching how to be disruptive and taking a stand against status quo. And I'll teach you all more about this. Absolutely, yes, please ask questions. I'm just going to wait until the end of the presentation to answer most of these questions, okay? So here's the 3 different paths that you can take to use the stuff that you learned today, okay? The 3 different paths. You can create your strategy on your own, which is totally fine. However, you'll see that I went through something similar. It took me over 7 years to perfect this system, and I made a bunch of mistakes along the way. It cost me a ton of time and money, cost me a ton of time to learn how to do this properly for my channel and my clients, and time is something you will never get back. Path number 2 is you can buy a course with general instructions on what to do. Like there's a lot of people out there who sell courses on starting and growing a YouTube channel and creating videos. However, if you do your research, you'll soon find that a lot of these courses rarely offer anything more than just teaching you how to stand in front of a camera and shoot videos. So I hate to break it to you, but your camera angle isn't going to be a driving factor in your success on YouTube. And although this stuff can be helpful to a degree, buying a regular digital course will most likely not solve the biggest problem that every single business owner faces on YouTube. It will not help you to create your own brand fame formula. And as a result, won't help you drive ready to buy leads to your business. Because even though you'll still get directions on what you need to do, there'll be a lot of challenges and obstacles along the way, which leaves us with path 3, the most popular one, which is to shortcut your way to become iconic by getting our personal help with creating your brand fame formula and building your YouTube money-making machine. If you guys would be interested in that, can you put some 1s in the chat? Because this is the easiest and fastest path of all. So if you're okay with it, would it be okay if I spend the next couple minutes sharing with you a very special offer that will do exactly that for you? Go ahead and give me some, I see some 1s in the chat. Tell me, yes, this is something that will make you 5 years smarter without making you 5 years older. I got some yeses. Like, what would happen to your business if you had something like that? It'd be so powerful, right? Now, I asked you this because earlier we talked about what it means to be obsessed. And I am obsessed with this art and science of YouTube. And I know from experience that it can take you years to craft your own brand fame formula and get good, consistent leads from content. I've seen it all the time. It can be freaking hard to nail all the steps of the process without failing. So instead, when you rely on someone who's been there themselves and has already guided hundreds of successful business owners just like you, everything is easier and faster. Now you might be asking, Marley, what do you mean by faster? Like, you deserve total clarity on this. What about in 6 months? What if 6 months from now, you'd have a full pipeline of highly qualified leads month after month? What if that's too far ahead? What if about 3 months? 90 days from now? What if 2 months from now? That's exactly how long it took Laura Alexis to go from 0 to 6 figures with one of her offers. And while I can't guarantee that it would be that fast for you and your growth, depending on your business, just imagine for a second that you'd be shortcutting your way to YouTube success, like financial success, more freedom, more clarity, less burnout. All the stories that you heard today had one thing in common. One thing played a huge role in their success, and it's that they didn't start alone. They decided to invest in their long-term growth and learn the skills that they could keep forever to get their business to the top of their industry. And they had each other's back. They were part of a community of 1% obsessed entrepreneurs and creators. So if you want your success story to be like one of these, I want to show you how you can apply the disruptive content approach to your business and create your own iconic brand fame formula without the overwhelm, without the headaches that I had to go through. What if instead of trial and error to work this all out, I could just give you all the strategies you need to create your strategy and to do it in just one day? And what if we did it next week? Guys, I want to invite you to the Icon of Your Industry workshop. This is a one-day virtual workshop where my team and I are going to work with you to install the disruptive content approach into your business. I love this. She says, I'm obsessed with making a huge impact in people's lives, and I'm willing to be disruptive. I wouldn't have it any other way. Heck yes. Well, this is going to be for you because this is the exact system that helped visionary entrepreneurs become legendary through disruptive content and ultimately change their businesses and lives. And there's a reason why this workshop is so powerful, is because it makes it almost inevitable, almost impossible for you to not succeed. It covers the 3 aspects that you need to nail to become iconic and generate ready-to-buy leads: the brand fame formula, the content machine, and the cash flow systems. All of these 3 components feed into each other. And once they build momentum, they create an unstoppable force, which is your brand. When you have all 3 of them, you build authority, audience, and income. You get the authority that makes you stand out from the crowd. You get the audience that's ready to not just buy a thing, but anything from you. And you get the systems to convert viewers into loyal buyers over and over. How do we do that? Simple. During this workshop, I'm going to reveal everything that you need to know about becoming an icon through disruptive content. And once you're done, you will have all the specific information and tools you need to apply the disruptive content approach, so that once you can start creating your content right away, you become the face of your industry in the next 6 months. So here's what this is going to look like. I see people already asking about the dates, guys. If you can't make the date, sure, we'll have another one, but also you can get the replays, and I'm going to show you why this is really important to keep listening, because I'm about to make it irresistible for you. Here's what's going to happen on this day. We're going to design your disruptive brand fame formula and everything that comes with it. Your titles, your hooks, the direction and strategy of your content will also help you create lead generation systems for you to implement. So session 1 is all about getting disruptive. Let me explain. Every person that you've paid attention to who you didn't already know had an element of disruption. If it isn't disruptive, it doesn't create attention. Who here would want more attention in your business? Would getting more attention help you make more revenue, get more clients? There's someone, me, I see yes. Session 2 is about getting them hooked. We want your audience on the edge of their seat every time you release an offer or a piece of content. Who are some of the people that you follow, that you love everything they put out? You can't wait to see what comes next. How would you like your followers to feel that way about you? Yeah. Session 3 is get addictive, because it's one thing to get attention. It's one thing to have them hooked on the edge of their seat, but another that your content is one that they can't help but keep coming back to, which, what does that translate to your business? More engagement, more retention. What about more repeat buyers? Wouldn't it be nice to focus your energy on over delivering to your current customers instead of constantly hunting for the next one? Yes, I want addicts. Yes. Who's the best salesperson in your business? The best salesperson in your business is a happy, successful customer. Session 4 will design your brand fame formula, and then session 5 is all about implementing it and getting it to the next level. All of this, guys, in just one day. Who's in? I already see. How much is it? I know you guys are like, what is the cost? Just give me the link. I will give it to you. And let me tell you guys, Christina was like, I have the absolute best group of rock stars that deserve this, that need this. And I was like, say no more. I got to work on this. We put together a very special workshop just for you guys. And just for some context, if you were to hire me or another marketer to set this up for you, the startup cost could range from $5,000 and then another $5,000 a month, which is $65,000 a year. And hey, if that price sounds good to you, I am happy to take you on as a personal client. If you were to hire me one-on-one to coach you, I charge $10,000 a month with a 3-month minimum, which is $30,000. Or if you wanted me to walk you through this in person, I charge $25,000 for a single day. How much is it to master this yourself? Definitely not $65,000, $30,000, or $25,000. And let me tell you right now, even though we're going to charge up to $10,000 a year for this full system later this year because of the potential revenue it'll bring to your business, it is nothing near that for you today. The Icon of Your Industry workshop, the digital implementation workbook, the private Facebook community to network and grow with all the other icons in attendance is just $197. What? You guys can go to iconofyourindustry.com/Christina. Special link just for you guys. And if you can't make it live, I saw some people already found out what the date was. No worries. There is a VIP option that you can choose that includes lifetime access in addition to extra implementation sessions where you can get more one-on-one support from me and my team. As you can see, we put a lot into this program. We are obsessed with your results. We don't give up until you get the outcome you want, but I have to tell you one more thing. But wait, there's more. I have some bonuses for fast action takers and people just from Christina's group. If you sign up before Friday at midnight, I'm also going to give you my No Lead Left Behind Cash Flow Systems video series. Are you kidding me? I know, that's what I'm saying. Guys, this is valued at over $997. And you're going to get this completely free when you get your ticket to the workshop. So even if you can't come live, you can sign up for the VIP. You'll also get this that is worth the price of admission. This is where we're talking about how to attract the ready-to-pay leads into your business. But what happens if they don't sign up on the first purchase? This is about how to stop leaving leads on the table and avoid the launch to launch lifestyle through the No Lead Left Behind cash flow system. These are the systems that allowed me to scale my front end revenue and get to 6-figure months. So whether you sell low ticket, high ticket, any ticket, this is a front row seat to these cash flow systems. Yes, you can upgrade to the VIP after you signed up, no problem at all. So here's what's going to happen in the No Lead Left Behind cash flow systems. You're going to get 3 cash flow systems that will convert your leads into high ticket or recurring buyers. You're going to get the cash campaign strategy that scaled my front end clients without hustling, the mindset shift that allowed me to 10x my front end offers, how I doubled the average cart value of my front end offers, and the missing pieces that could potentially be costing you thousands of dollars, the secrets behind the 7-figure revenue that we generated in less than a year, the impact routine that can help you make $1 million next year, the exact steps that every lead should take in your front end offer that your leads might be missing right now, and the IaaS framework that allows you to build predictable cash flow. Guys, all of this completely free, included in your $197 ticket to the workshop. I wanted to make this silly, stupid, irresistible, no-brainer for you that the concepts from this workshop alone will make you iconic, a client magnet, a lead generation machine. Then on top of that, getting the No Lead Left Behind cash flow systems. Like, don't you think that there isn't any way that you wouldn't be able to make more than $197 and get an ROI from this? These are the systems that you can take and install into your business and to give you returns years from now, just like you saw with many of my clients earlier. I love this crazy money-making lady saying, invest in yourself and your business. I spent $25,000 per mentorship with my business, and it doesn't teach what she's teaching. Thank you for saying that. That is always my intention, to over-deliver. Jessica will make sure that you get that. Absolutely. Just to give you some more overwhelming proof that this works and that you guys need to come to this workshop. Sid and Tiffany here are saying that they completely sold out their mastermind with only 1 presentation. Their traffic on YouTube is blowing up like crazy. And I love this. Tiffany saying that she got a sale from a video that only had 8 views. So let go of attachment to vanity metrics. Chris Abbott, who was 3 years ago on the verge of bankruptcy, now shared that he crossed over $4 million in revenue, and many others. As you can see, I do not do mediocre. I only do earth-shattering, groundbreaking, what the heck was that kind of content. And that's why you need to join us at the Icon of Your Industry workshop. So you can open up a new browser, go to iconofyourindustry.com/Christina and blow up the comments to let me know when you got your ticket, okay? And if anyone else is on the fence, let me just do some numbers to make it a little more real for you. And then after, we'll go into some Q&A if anyone has any questions, okay? even though I have a very hard time seeing how your business and revenue wouldn't change dramatically from a $197 investment. Let's just do some numbers, okay? Typically, my clients' offers range from $25 to $25,000. So let's say your offer is $50 and you sell one a day, which isn't really that hard, right? That's still $1,500 a month from organic. What if your offer is closer to $500 and you only sell one every other day? That's $7,500 a month. Now we're talking, okay? For those of you who sell a reasonable $5,000 offer, let's say YouTube is helping you find one sale per week, that's still $20,000 a month, which at that point, ladies, you can take me to lunch. Pretty awesome, right? How would this look for your business? How would it feel to have these sales coming in on top of what you're already doing? Or maybe you want this to solely drive your sales. To let go feels pretty good, right? Totally possible with this method, and many have done it before. By the way, if you're selling a $25,000 package, just a sale a week is $1 million a year. And remember, we're using disruptive content to filter the kind of people that you want to work with. So guys, you can open up another browser window, go to iconofyourindustry.com/Christina. If you can't make it live, no problem. You can access VIP for lifetime access. And we also have an additional implementation session after the workshop just for VIPs. I see a bunch of you blowing up the chat that you're signing up. That is so awesome. And I'd love to do some more Q&A for anyone that has any questions. Woo, just signed up. Awesome. Do you show us how to do a thumbnail? Yes, absolutely. We talk about some of the best thumbnails that we have in the workshop, and thumbnails are very easy, especially with tools like Canva can definitely help with that. Is this a live workshop? Yes, it's live. However, if you can't make it live, you can sign up for VIP to get lifetime access to the replays. What if I want to grow my YouTube channel and monetize with ads? I don't want to sell. I have a built pipeline that sells my high ticket offer and is doing really well. There's so many different ways that you can generate revenue from YouTube. You can be doing affiliates. You can be doing from AdSense. You can be referring other people's content. There's Amazon affiliates is a massive opportunity right now. And if you have a pipeline that sells your high ticket offer and is doing well, what would it mean to also have a front end that's consistently adding more leads to that pipeline for your high ticket too? Like I mentioned, I have that video from 2016 that's still generating leads for me. That might be an option for you too. The VIP is after, you'll see the VIP option after you sign up for your ticket. So you'll see that. What about social media? So this is all about disruptive content. Social media is content. So yes. Would this method create controversy in the fashion industry? I mean, this method is for any industry. So it's all about what kind of content system, what your message is, and how we create disruptive content around that message. Will I get the hooks formula lead gen systems in that workshop? Yes, as you saw, every session is the hooks formula is the very first, I think it's the second session. And the lead gen systems we talk about in every session. How long is the workshop? It is 1 day. So we're going to start at 10 a.m. Mountain Standard and then go till about 5 p.m. And then if you want to sign up for the VIP, we also have an additional implementation session after a few days or the next day or something like that. I've never made YouTube videos, but I want to. Will you guys start for newbies? I think this is great for wherever you're at in your business because these are important foundations that people don't know how to use. So whether you're starting or whether you're creating content, but you want to be able to scale it, these are strategies that people need. Is it on Zoom? Yes, it's on Zoom. How often should you post on YouTube? Minimum, I would say once a week. But as you saw last year, how many times did I post? 2. I posted 2 videos last year that got me to 100,000 subscribers. So that kind of says a lot about this strategy, doesn't it? Guys are fast and furious in these comments. Is it going to be as fast on info as this was? I was crushing a bunch into 1 hour and even went over an hour. You guys have a full day and it's live and workshop based. So we will have more time to go through everything. Let me keep scrolling.
So Marley, I see someone asking here about owning content. I'm trying to find the content. It went by so fast, but no, Marley, any of your content. And somebody said they have a novel idea and they're worried that if they share it during the workshop, that you would own their YouTube content. Well, that's not true. Nobody ever owns your YouTube content. So no words there. I'm trying to find that comment because it disappeared. Here it says, how would this be positive for group travel? Do I need to be on location?
I have a client that has a YouTube channel that's all about honeymoons, and she's a travel agent specifically for people that just got married, helping them book their dream honeymoons. I have another client that does like educational travel. And so, yeah, that's definitely content that can be disruptive and be created in a new way.
I see Dave is asking, how is this going to help our delivery service? I think I answered you, Dave, earlier on that, but Marley, you could take it away on that one.
Yeah, though, so that was interesting that you do a delivery service where you dress up in costumes. Like, how cool to be able to create content where you're showing how you're delivering this. I need to know a little bit more about how you sell your offer or how people find you. Let me tell you an industry that I worked for that I thought, like, how am I going to create content for this? I worked for a plumbing company. I had a plumbing company client that I was like, what kind of content am I going to create here? We're going to create content about like toilets and leaky faucets. Like, how am I going to make this interesting? Well, we found it when one of their service technicians was very good at doing accents. And we created a character with this accent. You could do an Australian accent. And he created a character called Plumber Dundee. And we would make videos from him under the sink, you know, like he'd go under the sink and be like, I'm literally in the plumbing jungle right now. And it would turn into these like comedic videos. And their phone was ringing off the hook, and people would be calling, requesting that when I book my appointment, can I specifically request Plumber Dundee to be my service technician? So that's just like an example of one of the ways that we took their content and made it unique compared to what everyone else was doing. And session 3, where we talk about get addicted, I give examples of content that here's how they took a boring topic. I'm not saying your content is boring or your topic is boring, but there are industries that are completely boring. You're like, how am I going to make sense of this? How am I going to make this interesting? That went viral. And I break down those strategies for you. We have Pundi here who's been waiting so patiently to ask a question. Buddy, I'm going to unmute you. What is your question? Hi, buddy.
Okay. So I just have a question about like YouTube's monetization thing.
Sure.
So
I think this is the youngest person I've ever had at one of my trainings.
if we go to the like YouTube's monetization program thing,
Yeah.
you do see that like you said it like it doesn't really matter your subscriber count or nothing to like be monetized, I think you said.
Yes, I think I know where you're going. The monetization program does have requirements that you need to have a certain amount of subscribers and views. But what I'm talking about with monetization is not YouTube AdSense, because YouTube AdSense, yes, is a way that you can monetize, that you can have YouTube pay you, you know, a few pennies or dollars, depending on how many views you get. But for a lot of entrepreneurs that have businesses where they sell an offer, they can create content that is reaching people and showing them that they have a solution to their problem or they have an answer to their desires. And they can say, you know, click the link below, come to this link. And you saw the example of Tiffany that she's like, I got a sale from 8 views because the video spoke to exactly her audience and gave them the solution. So then they went to her offer and were able to buy her product online. So we're just talking about different monetization strategies.
Okay, I have like another thing. It's about like the algorithm and stuff like that, but this isn't really a question. I'm just saying like you said, disruptive content. Well, not only that, you can also like make your like titles more like, instead of saying like just different parts of your video or just different stuff, you say exactly what you're doing. So if someone was to like look up something or try to find something, your video would pop up first, no matter how many views or how many subscriber count you have.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, absolutely. Buddy, I love that you are so into YouTube. You're going to go far in life. The fact that you're watching a training, how old are you, if you don't mind me asking?
I'm 10.
You're 10? My daughter is 10. Thanks for being here. And I love your enthusiasm. I can't wait to see what you do. Will you follow me on YouTube and then we can keep in touch?
Yeah.
Awesome. Thanks for being here.
You, Pandit. Yes. But drop your channel into the chat. We'd love to see it.
All right. Let me see about
Got a question. Okay, so Cherie says she accidentally signed up without using the Christina. Will I still get the additional freebie?
No problem. How about just email us? I'll put our email in the chat. We'll make sure that you get that. Make sure that that's also, that goes to Christina's group. My email is support@VIP, leadmachine.com. You can email us there and we'll make sure that you get that.
And then Sharon, she says, how do you work with all the proposals for business in one-day workshop, or is this one fit strategy for all?
It's a group workshop. And so I'm going to be teaching a strategy. And then after each session, we go into a workshop mode where everyone is going to, we get like a little piece of homework. Everyone's going to work on that. We'll workshop it together. Hey, what did you put here? What did you think about this? Here's some ideas and suggestions, and then we'll move on to the next topic. And then in the VIP, if you sign up for the VIP where we do an extra implementation, it's a smaller group in the implementation. And we often do a lot of Q&A and individual workshopping in that as well, and can get a one-on-one call with our team to help you with implementation.
And I see a lot of people asking how much VIP is. So a couple of people asked that. And will they have access to the videos before they go away? Like some people are concerned. I see a couple of comments that if they don't sign up for VIP, they won't get the replay.
Jay Lee, are you here? Someone from my team, I think, might be here to answer that accurately, because I actually don't know.
Okay.
I don't see Jay Lee.
Okay. I guess if you click through, when you purchase, you'll see the upgrade price. Two people have asked if there's a payment plan. It's like $197, so I don't think there is.
We don't have a payment plan for $197, sorry.
And let's see here. Okay, we'll see if we're missing any comments here. So many of them here, right? Coming in all at once. So there's some like specific comments here where you're asking about specific strategies. Which you can, that's what the whole, we can't cover everything because already we're like an hour and a half in.
Oh, this is why we want to do a full workshop where we can spend more time together. And I'd be happy to come back in the future, but the workshop is going to be a great way to be able to work together. Is the workshop done in breakout groups? Are you in on that? So we're just going to be in one big workshop in the Zoom, and then anyone who wants to come up and like raise their hand and ask questions, like we get to everyone. We've done these where we just like, we stay on for hours and make sure that everyone has their questions answered.
And then I see one here, Marley, it says, do you assist people with refining their brand and audience, their CTAs, and their specific offerings on how to put it out there?
Yes. So this will be part of the workshop. Is everything that we create, when we're creating content, we always want to reverse engineer the outcome. So if we're creating a piece of content, we want to know if someone were to watch this and join our email list, how is that eventually going to lead them towards becoming a paying client? So we're reverse engineering the offer. So it's like there's little breadcrumbs of the offer in the content that's leading them to the offer. So yes, that is a very important part of any piece of content, that we know what it's leading to. So yes, creating offers is one of my favorite things.
Okay, so yeah, some confusion here with the VIP is almost as much original purchase price. Well, a VIP is different. It's just an added thing onto what you're getting with the work. So
to clarify that, the VIP is like a whole other session as well. There's a one-on-one component where you get a call with one of our coaches. We have an implementation session on another day. You get lifetime access to the recordings. And in addition, I wanted to make this so irresistible for you with also getting the no lead left behind cash flow system that's normally $997. And you have the option, if you want to join the VIP, that is really at like a fraction of the price of what we normally sell it for. But if anyone has changed their mind that they don't want to join the VIP, no problem, just reach out to us.
So I think some of the confusion, Marley, is so everybody will have an opportunity if to watch a replay, whether they don't buy the VIP or not. But what you're saying is for lifetime access to the VIP, VIPs will get lifetime access. So I'm sure you'd have like a limited time after the workshop at the basic price. So everybody can watch it. Like if they want to sign up, but they can't make that day, can they still, get a replay within a week or so to, to catch up on it?
We've normally done the workshop where it's live because we really want people that they're going to take action and really see the results from this. The reason why we make it so that people have to come live is because we want the urgency that you're going to take action on this and get results from it, because you have an audience that needs you. Your business needs you. I know what it's like when I bought something and I didn't actually implement it. And so we created it so that you'd come to the workshop live, just like any other event. And if you want the VIPs where you can get lifetime access, which again is normally worth thousands of dollars, plus you're also getting access to workshopping and time with me and my team, we've made it at another, I think, easy to digest cost.
Okay, so what you're saying is that, it's live when you come on, and people are asking the date, and I believe it's January 10th, right?
Yes.
So it's next January 10th. So if you can make January 10th, you want to be there live paying attention, because what Marley said is so, so true. I mean, oh my gosh, I am guilty of this too. Like, she buys something, the recordings, and oh my gosh, you want to listen to it and you keep forgetting, and then you forgot you bought it. It's like, so if you really, really want results with this, you want to show up live. You want to clear your schedule for the day and you want to be there paying attention, no distractions. That's another thing, like if you were to go somewhere physically, you won't have any distractions, right? But a lot of times we're like multitasking, we're on our phones, we're not paying attention. So in order to get full results with this, because this is detailed, like there's no way Marley can give you everything to do, in an hour and a half. So this is something at a very, very low cost that's worth a lot more money that you can really immerse yourself in and get phenomenal results. I mean, YouTube, to me, it's not my place. Facebook's my place. So I'm interested in this because YouTube is something I've neglected, and, I want to learn more about and how to maximize it. Because the one thing I noticed you didn't say, Marley, which I've been told a lot, is that YouTube is also a search engine. So that's what I was telling, I guess it was Dan in the chat, is that, people, especially local businesses, people search and they're owned by Google. So your YouTube channel, your videos will come up. So it's that benefit as well. That's why I've always been interested in it. I just haven't had the time to put my energy in that. And I see what you're doing with this. So I'm like, I got to put some energy and, pay some attention for 2024 to YouTube, because, it's really overlooked. And I think what you're doing here is just amazing. And I want to be on this as well. So I see, okay, so Geraldine said is 97 participation and 197 the VIP. And I believe it's right, Marley, 197 for the
197
workshop.
for the ticket. And then I wish I knew off the top of my head what the price of the VIP, but I think the VIP is another 197 because it's a whole other session on another day that's also live and more workshopping and more one-on-one support.
Okay, and then there's another, something here I'm not understanding, Tonya. I have an important meeting I can't miss. Is it not really fair to be punished and pay twice as much? I'm not sure what she means by that.
It's definitely not a punishment. And gosh, that's never the intention. It's an incredible workshop. I would love for you to come live. If you can't come live, then I think the VIP is also worth the price of admission, because you're also getting in additional support and an additional workshopping session in a smaller group and lifetime access to these recordings. And as I mentioned, I don't have price points at these prices. I mean, my prices start at $10,000. So respectfully, if it's not a good fit, I'm totally fine with that and would love for you to join us if you can.
Yeah, that's the thing too. Listen, if nobody wants to put you, if this is not something you can afford, you're not ready for it right now, do not, feel obligated and stretch yourself for this. This is something that if you're in your business and you want to, get leads from YouTube and use this as, money-making machine for yourself, Marley's the person to do that with. And again, her price is are very, very high. She's doing this special. It's very low price and affordable. Even at double, even at $400, that's extremely affordable to have, VIP access and an entire day with her. So just to put that in context so everybody knows. But again, there's no pressure or anything. We wanted to give you value today. And if you're ready to take the next step, then this is definitely going to be absolutely awesome. And one question here is a Facebook group a permanent group or just for the time of the workshop?
We do the Facebook group just for the time of the workshop. However, we do have another Facebook group that people go into after as alumni.
Okay. And yes, we will be sending follow-up emails on this because Sharon says she has to leave now and she wants a follow-up email. So I think we pretty much covered everything here. So guys, I'm going to put the link one more time here We just get this into everyone, so it's not just sending this here. And I hope you guys join us if you can. It is going to be amazing, and really something that I think is going to benefit all your businesses. And it's very smart to be on YouTube. That, like you said, TikTok and even Instagram is so annoying lately. It's just like, these things just disappear. That's the other thing. It's content that disappears, right? It's like, you put it out and then you put more and you never find it again, where YouTube videos literally stay forever. I mean, right? That's one of the big benefits as well. I mean, it's not disappearing content that you spent so much time on, and you can have, like you said, back from, gosh, how many years ago was that? Your video got 800,000 views and still get, right? That's crazy. So I do suggest YouTube is part of everyone's strategy. And, I've got to actually do what I'm telling you to do myself. So I'm going to make it part of my strategy as well for 2024. And I highly suggest you guys, get on this, because this is a really great deal. And Marley is just absolutely terrific. And then Elizabeth says, can I have a team member on this with me? Can we share with our team?
Yeah, of course. Send the link to your team. Oh, are you saying like for them to join as well? Maybe just email us and we'll figure out how to do that. Typically it's like one per ticket, but just if they're with you, that's fine.
Okay. And is any particular email? I know someone else asked to see,
Sure.
they want to check you out, your YouTube channel, and just your marleyjacks.com, right? With 2 X's, if you want to go to her website as well.
Just put those in the chat as well.
Great. Okay, perfect. Okay. And I'm going to put the link again. So yes, thank you guys. Really excited to see you guys all next week, January 10th. Clear your schedules, right? And go to the link, sign up. Anything you do, you got to put effort into. You got to show up. You got to take action. Nobody's going to do it for you, right? That's just life. So if you apply this and you're there, and you're going to have wonderful results with this, and it's going to be super exciting. So thank you so much, Marley. I've had so much fun on this, and you really eyes a lot, and especially about the whole controversial. A lot of us are afraid to go there with our opinion, especially, like in cancel culture, right? But you don't have to be totally out there. You can just express your opinions, but you can't be afraid for other people. And that alone, that one tip that you gave today, I think everybody should take away from this. It's just to, speak from your heart, speak freely, don't be afraid, and you will find your tribe. Nobody loves everybody. There's always going to be haters, but you can't be afraid of them when you're producing content. And again, other takeaway, I loved how you said, don't just repeat what everyone else is doing. You have to stand out and not be boring. The hook is so important. You have to be different, think out of the box. So thank you so much. This has been amazing. And we will be sending out emails for follow-ups if you want to watch again. But I loved it. So thank you, Marley.
Thank you guys. Such a pleasure to be here. We'll see you hopefully next week.
Yes. See you next week.